Finding your niche when it comes to wanting to start a pop culture business. What is your angle for a store? Are you wanting to be vintage? If so, what kind of vintage? Are you collecting toys? Is it video games? Is it sports cards? Music? Is it all the above? You know, as collectors, we have the thoughts of what do we want to collect? And well, why do we want to collect it? But then when it comes to opening up our own business, our own store, what motivates business shop owners to open up a store? What makes you want to open a store? Is it the nostalgia? Is it the love of knowing that when you were a kid you had these items and when you got older you were able to enjoy them more and spend more money on them because it was your own money and you earned it and you could do whatever you want with your money? What makes you want to make your own store? Is there not a store in your area and you want to change that? Do you have a passion, a drive for the store? Or is it for investment purpose to just to make money and you see, oh, it's a selling point in life. It's a good opportunity to open a store for this storefront? Comment below. If you're thinking about opening up a pop culture store, let me know what your thoughts are on why you're going to be doing that. Why go into this niche? Why go into just finding a building to go into, create your own world? Is it the whole aspect of having fun with it to make it grow, to see what happens? Or are you a collector and you have so much stuff, you're just like, okay, I'm kind of ready to move some of it. And you've been moving it just to fuel, to make a little money, to sell, to make more money for your collection, for your hobby. And then you realized, oh man, this is lucrative for me. I can make money. So what is your niche? Really think about what you would sell. Because all the different hobby shops that I've been to over the years, a lot of them have the same feel to them. You have your action figures, the accessories for the toys, but then you also got comic books, and you've got sports cards, you've got all kinds of variety of stuff. And then other stores, there's just comic book shops. That's all they do is comic books. And then your sports cards. Old school, sports cards were just a sports cards niche. But now a lot of them have gotten into, Pokemon, Magic, because it's part of the deal. It's part of the package, the era we live in. And so really think about it. What is your niche if you're going to open up a pop culture store? You really got to think about that. There's so much going on, Is there other people in your area selling those items? And do you want it to be something that's huge, that's nationally known? Or do you want to be as a little independent shop? There's so much you could do with it, but you've really got to think about what you're going to do with the shop before you even invest the time and the effort. You've really got to know what you're going to sell. And who knows, maybe it is a little bit of everything, because depending on your location, it's easy to obtain a lot of that stuff. If not, there's other sources you'll have to find. And we'll talk about that in the next episode. But right now, we just want to hone in on what are you going to sell? And then you got to be an expert on what you're selling. There'll be a whole other episode about that, but we'll talk a little bit about that right now. You have to be some kind of expert. I've learned that I don't know as much as I thought I did. Just from being a reseller and learning the different toys that are out there, you really learn, like, oh, this Ghostbusters toy should be worth a lot of money because it's older. Or even a Star Wars toy, for that matter. You automatically think, with it being that old, it's worth something. And in the market, that's not the case. How rare is it? Was there a lot made? Was there like 2 made? Those are all the kind of factors that you really have to learn. And I think that has to go into your thought process on what you're going to sell. Because if you love sports, like I do, and you want to open a sports card shop, that sounds fun. That sounds awesome. However, I like sports, but I don't follow sports. Therefore, opening a sports card shop, I would have to have somebody that had capital, and I'd have to have somebody that knows the sports, that knows all the players that are big in sports, along with what cards are big. I couldn't do that on my own. So, going into a sports card shop on my own might end up being a failure. To whereas if I want to do a Christian music bookstore, vintage or new, I know that stuff enough to get by. I could do that. But how relevant would that be in my market, in my area? Would it have a lot of people coming into it? Or would it just be a glorified flea market booth where not very many people shop it? Lots of things to consider. Lots of things to think about. Finding your niche. What is the angle of your store? Think about that until we meet again, folks. If you like today's episode, comment below your favorite thing. Like, subscribe, make the world go round. This is Vo. Peace.